Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of The Daily, brought to you by EA Sports FIFA 12. It's Wednesday, September 21st. Here with Jason Skeeney. I'm Nick Fershot. Jay, the CONCACAF Champions League back in action this week. Let's take a look at some of the games from Tuesday night out in Group D. Start there. The Seattle Sounders, who have played so well in this tournament, Jay, they had the chance to book their ticket to the quarterfinals, unable to get it done against Reyna from Costa Rica. What happened?
Yeah, 1-0 defeat at home. The goal came on a free kick, a little bit against the run of play. Seattle had the ball most of the game. They put out what you would consider, I guess, a B squad with Casey Keller in net. They brought on Alonso and Montero late. It wasn't soon enough. They could not break down the Herediano defense. They end up losing this game at home. A blow to their chances, but they should still be able to advance.
Yeah, certainly an upset out there, but the Seattle Sounders still on top of Group D. One team that's moving their way up the standings, that's over in Group C. That's Toronto FC. They get a big 1-0 win over Tauro from Panama. Jay, the Reds, who haven't necessarily played that well recently, they're starting to find their form. What happened?
Yeah, they moved the ball around the park pretty well in this game at times. Danny Kouvermans ends up scraping a goal. You could say there's a shout for an offside, but I thought he was basically even with a defender who was pulling himself up. He gets the header. He's been scoring of late for Toronto. That's good news if you're a Toronto FC fan, getting the performances out of your designated players. Torsten Frings was also very good for them in the middle and the back.
So the Reds definitely staying alive out there in Group C, and there's more action in the group on Wednesday night. FC Dallas, who currently lead the group, they're at home against Pumas, the Mexican team they beat down in Mexico. FC Dallas can actually help Toronto FC out here with a win. That gets it games at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox Soccer. What do we expect?
Yeah, last time they played, you remember, in Mexico, Pumas put out what was basically an under-20 team. FC Dallas got that win in Mexico, the first win in Mexico. This is going to be more of a test. Pumas brought their A team. We'll see what FC Dallas can do at home against them.
Another team at home over in Group B, that's the Colorado Rapids, Jay, who really do need a result. In this one, they're up against Real España from Honduras. That's the last place team in the group. The Rapids last time out in this tournament, a 4-1 loss to Santos at home. What do the Rapids need to do to get this one?
Yeah, I mean, last time they played down in Honduras. It was a 1-1 tie. Remember, Colorado played well in that game, gave up a late goal, but they basically need to get things back on track. They really haven't been playing very consistently lately. There's talk of them potentially going big with their forwards, looking at Matt Kanji and Caleb Folan, because this is an undersized team from Honduras. Colorado really needs to get the win. This is their last home game in the group stage, so 3 points here are vital.
Well, the Rapids in third place out in Group B, and that game's actually a tape delay, 1 a.m. Eastern on Fox Soccer, Jay, because the live game, 10 p.m. Eastern, it's a big one. The LA Galaxy down in Costa Rica against Alajuela in Group A. The Galaxy, who have played so well in the MLS regular season, actually last time out in the CONCACAF Champions League, a big loss to Morelia.
Yeah, they didn't have David Beckham for that game down in Mexico. They will have him now in Costa Rica, and that's big because last time they played this team, they won 2-0 at home. Beckham factored in both goals, so this could be a big boost for the Galaxy down there. And
very competitive out in Group A. 3 teams tied at 6 points. We'll have to see what the Galaxy can do if they can separate themselves from the pack. It's not all CONCACAF Champions League action on Wednesday night. There's also a full slate of MLS games, including a couple teams right on the outside of the playoff picture, Jay. DC United at home against Chivas USA. That's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Matchday Live. And the Portland Timbers, we saw them push all the way up the ladder. They're at 10:30 p.m. Eastern at home against San Jose. But the big game, the New York Red Bulls, who have that 10th spot right now, 8 p.m. Eastern at home against Real Salt Lake.
Yeah, Real Salt Lake and New York both jostling for position. When you look at the standings, they both have games in hand on the teams above them. So this 3 points is big, and New York really has to take advantage of Kyle Beckerman being out on yellow card accumulation for Real Salt Lake. This could be the first time that Thierry Henry and Luke Rogers start together for the Red Bulls in a long time. A big boost for New York Red Bulls fans.
And Real Salt Lake, they've played so well recently. They're up to 3rd place in the Western Conference. It's not all bad news about the Kyle Beckerman absence. Javier Morales, we learned this week, about 2 to 3 weeks away from returning to the lineup. He's actually going to join the crew on Tiro Libre, the Spanish language podcast, right here on MLSsoccer.com to talk about his rehab and when he's going to be back to that RSL lineup. A lot of people looking forward to that. For all the latest news in the CONCACAF Champions League and the playoff push, log on to MLSsoccer.com.